Live from the unemployment line, it's Super Gamekast 2. Now here's your host, Bronson Fiore.
What is up, everybody? It is a beautiful Sunday morning on January 22nd, 2023. I am Bronson Fiore, joined by the always awesome Aaron Reynolds.
It's beautiful, I'm sure it is. I refuse to look out the window, though. I'm allergic to the outside.
I've actually already been outside today.
What?
I wanted my breakfast burrito, but didn't want to pay for the delivery nonsense or wait or have them fuck up my order. So I drove to go get it.
You know, I think you should just do that from now on, because you have terrible luck with delivery people.
I do. I really do. It's the thing is the curse followed me to Stella's house last month. I was at Stella's house and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm tired because we woke up super early. I'm gonna order some coffee, and I ordered some food from Starbucks and a drink, and I ordered her a drink also. Or no, I ordered her a food item. Sorry, and her food item didn't show. One of my food items was overcooked. The other one was fine but cold, and then the last thing is they forgot my fucking drink.
Oh.
The whole reason I fucking ordered it in the first place.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah. So that trend made it so okay. I'm just gonna go and if I have the time, I don't wake up at 10, I wake up at 8:30 like I did today. Then yeah, fuck it. I'll fucking just go get it.
Yep. Good call. Good call.
So yeah,
we're joined by
the lovely Emily Hulslander, Armad Bombing.
What's up, nerds?
And the person who lets you know you're going to be on the unemployment line, Mr. Jesse Pewitt.
It's a shitty job. It's a shitty job.
Have you actually had to let someone know they're being let go?
Oh yeah.
How is that?
Absolutely.
How is that experience?
It sucks. It sucks. Even if the person is a super shitty employee, it's still a totally terrible situation.
Shit show.
Even if the guy 100% or the lady 100% deserves to be fired, it still sucks.
Do you know? Okay, so all right, I want to kind of get into what that's about then, real quick.
We're going to be doing corporate talk for half this show anyway.
So when you, I guess my big question with that then is when you get that news, how do you always react to it? Because my response is can we not?
How bad is it really? Is this not manageable? Is this? I mean, did he kill somebody?
What? Yeah, it's just fuck, man. That's the part of that job I don't think I could ever do.
Well, and it's a lot worse when they didn't do anything wrong. You just have to do a layoff, right? And it's even worse. But anytime you have to let somebody go, it is not an enjoyable conversation.
Oh, I bet. Oh God,
that's super shitty to make the HR person be the one that lays them off.
Oh, right. The real dude. The best part is when you get a meeting on your fucking Outlook calendar with your manager, and then you show up and there's someone in the Teams chat and you don't know who the fuck they are, and then you just get told, "Hey, you're letting." Yeah, and you're just at that point,
It's oh shit.
Shit. Every time I get a mystery meeting on my calendar, I'm always worried is today the day?
I was working somewhere where this dude, so they had a department bowling night, and this older dude beat this younger dude, and you can invite your family and whatever. So the younger dude invited his girlfriend to go bowling, and the next morning he was so pissed off that he got shown up by the other dude that he shot him with a pressure washer.
What?
What?
Okay.
At 200 psi.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Yeah, had to fire the guy. Had to fire the guy.
Yeah.
Still shitty.
Wow.
Still not enjoyable.
You're still taking away someone's means to live. Basically, you can hope they have savings or something. But shit.
Yeah, I mean, totally his fault, right? But still sucks.
Still sucks.
I would, yes, a lot. And like, man, like that's, oh God. So if you work for corporate and you just get a random Teams meeting or Zoom meeting on your calendar, that it might be the day, depending on how it goes. Because for some reason they like it to be a surprise. They don't want to give you fair warning, fuckers.
Your fair warning is the strange meeting.
Yeah, your fair. Yeah, yeah. Well, the thing is, the thing is like I've gotten strange meetings on my calendar, and it's like, oh, it's just our merit raise, or it's just something like fucking benign, but like,
sure.
Like, oh yeah, man.
Yep. Good times. So, well.
We're gonna talk
about we're gonna talk about some stuff today. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Should we just go into it?
Yeah, let's so tech companies are laying a fuck ton of people off. Starting with the fine folks at my employer, Microsoft. 10
Still going through with that Activision Blizzard acquisition. Still spending the money on that.
I got a side news story related to this that makes this even better.
Okay.
So Microsoft is to cut 10,000 jobs. He says customer spending had grown during COVID, but now people are choosing to exercise caution. Yeah, no shit.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking the news in a memo to staff, Mr. Nadali said many parts of the world were in a recession or anticipating one, while at the same time the next major wave of computing is being born with advances in AI. They just did a multi-billion-dollar investment into OpenAI, the maker of Chat GPT.
This is the second investment they made into OpenAI.
Yeah, well, I mean, they also have Azure Cognitive Services.
Yeah,
and
the idea is that they implement. I listened to an interview between the Microsoft CEO and this podcast, and essentially they're going to integrate ChatGPT into Azure.
I mean, yeah. Okay, dude. Like, they're already getting there. Like, I'm studying for Microsoft certifications right now, and one of the things is a whole chapter on AI, and like the bot that I just built, like, has that shit learning capability built into it. Like, literally, like, I put in a command. It says, "Do you mean this or this?" And I was like, "This," and then it never made that mistake again.
Man.
So wow. Yeah, like that, and trust me, like Stella and I had this conversation, like, how do we have jobs?
I was literally reading an Atlantic article about how this is going to, when they hone this enough, they are going to fire so many people, and like we're gonna have a real problem of filling in work for people.
Yeah, because like I like she's working on a Power Platform cert right now, as am I. I have my first Azure cert, and I'm working on my second. And like I looked at all the different capabilities of all the software. I'm like, how the fuck do we have a job still? Like,
because they haven't gotten it just right yet. The moment they do,
it's not there yet. Yeah.
Because like
even with ChatGPT, it's not always right. You can tell it to write you like a YouTube script or something, right? I told it to write me a YouTube script about fighting games and like how are coming to this new revolution in fighting games, and all it talked about was like Smash Brothers and the NES Street Fighter game, and I'm like, nah, this is
So, see, that's one thing, but like my stuff is a lot of very like linear processes with some light decision making. So it's like I look at a lot of stuff we do, and I'm like, man, you could totally train an AI to do this, no problem.
Yep.
Like, but it is what it is. So going on with this though, they did a $10 billion investment in Chat GPT, and then they fucking just laid off 10,000 people. A lot of these people were also at their game studios, including 343. So that's going well, I'm sure. And then on top of all this, tech sector as a whole is kind of fucked right now. Amazon just dropped 18,000 people. Meta dropped 11,000. Google dropped 12,000. Salesforce dropped 8,000. Like, holy fuck.
Yep.
So yeah. This year alone so far, the tech sector has lost 26,000 employees.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a lot.
And that's just due to, at least what is cited, is just like recession stuff. But like we were just talking about like doing AI to do more of the monkey press business.
Yeah, no,
of
absolutely.
these jobs. Like it's not gonna go well.
Right, and then on top of that, like you have the fact that God, you have the fact that people just aren't spending as much on tech because they don't have the money in a lot of cases, or even if they do have the money, COVID's over, or at least treating COVID like COVID is over. So people are going outside, they're doing shit.
Right.
I mean, look at the bike company.
Oh, what?
Peloton.
Oh, Peloton. Yeah.
Yeah, their stocks in the shitter because people are no longer buying bikes because they're actually going back to the gym. Like,
yeah.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if Game Pass memberships went down because people don't have Persona 3 and 4 just hit the service. People don't have 200 hours right now inside to play up through a pair of RPGs.
Right.
I do.
You do. I do. but you get my point.
Yeah. People aren't inside playing video games anymore. Like the general populace isn't inside playing video games anymore.
Yeah, they're back to living their life. Like that's and as corporate goes, they were short-sighted and thought the good times will last forever. And that's not how that was gonna work. I don't know what the fuck you were thinking.
They're living quarter by quarter, right?
Yes.
So at Microsoft, it's fiscal year to fiscal year. But yes,
okay.
Which is why I heard from another vendor out in Carolina that their entire project got laid off, but the layoff won't be in effect until fiscal year ends, and they're getting 2 months of severance afterwards.
Okay.
But yeah, like that's is what it is, man.
2 months, huh?
Yeah, so 2 months of severance,
right.
And that's, to be fair, that is for a vendor, not internal Microsoft, because I jokingly call them the beautiful people, because you have our building, which is the vendors, and then we occasionally work with actual full-time Microsoft employees, like FTEs and ODMs, and like they're in the building next door, and I'm just like, to be one of the beautiful people doing a very similar job but making literally twice as much money because Microsoft says so.
Contractors.
Mm-hmm.
Make use of them, contractors, and when you can't, then guess what?
Yep. So
yeah.
So yeah, like this is fucked. But what makes it extra fucked in Microsoft's case is that the simple fact that literally a day or two prior to this, 50 Microsoft execs had a private Sting concert.
Yeah.
What?
Sting has been in the headlines for giving really questionable private concerts. I just wanted to say Sting living up to the police headman's name. Damn.
Oh, that was good. That was a good one.
Oh my god.
It's fantastic.
So and yeah, they just did that. That was terrible. And then but what makes this really relevant to our podcast is this hit Xbox a decent bit in some ways that are worrying.
Oh man.
Does it say on this article what happened with?
No.
Okay.
Hold on though. Go ahead.
These hit some people, but in particular, this has gotten some people worried at 343, the people who make Halo. I know they had they absorbed a head person who was supposed to get Halo back on track. They absorbed them back into a larger Microsoft role outside of that. Just kind of be you're done.
Yeah, so Joe Staten the original writer of the first 4 Halos, 1, 2, 3, and Reach, and ODST, came back to kind of right the ship during the launch of Infinite and like the lead up to Infinite, and then like he's been moved over to Xbox Publishing.
Right.
So there's that.
So the question is his job done and it's just about execution for the rest of the team, or is that a sinking ship?
Yeah, so layoffs do include 343, the Coalition, ZeniMax, and Bethesda. You know,
that money's been paid, right? Did they pay for it yet? And they just got to work out the details, or does the money come at the end?
I don't know.
Yeah,
but
okay. That's a lot of money. One of those billions has to be able to cover all of those salaries.
Yeah, probably.
Like,
but then you know, the CEO of Microsoft wouldn't be able to buy another yacht. Won't somebody think of the yacht billionaires?
Fuck them.
Yeah.
But
there you go.
First of all, yes. Second of all, the one that really has broke my heart is that they had to trot Phil Spencer out there and be like, I think that these layoffs were hard, but I think this will set us up for long-term success. And it's like,
so yeah, like I have the exact quote. This is a challenging moment in our business, and this week's actions were painful choices. The gaming leadership team, GLT, had made a decision that we felt set us up for long-term success of our products and businesses. But the individual results of those decisions are real. I know that hurts. Thank you for supporting our colleagues as they process these changes. Over the coming weeks, we'll have opportunities to connect and answer your questions, including monthly gaming update next week for teams who attend that meeting. I'm in close contact with ZeniMax to provide support. Spencer adds, the GLT and I are committed to being as transparent as we can. Moving forward, the ambiguity is challenging, but I am confident that together we will get through this difficult moment in time. Xbox has a long history of success thanks to the work you do in service of players, creators, and other and each other. The message concludes, your work is so deeply appreciated and valued in these times of change and is integral to our business momentum. I am confident in our future and proud to be a part of this team. But we are also conscious that this is a challenging time, and I want to thank you for everything you do here. And this is also coming off Microsoft cutting hundreds of positions in October of last year, including some people in the Xbox division. The redundancies come ahead of Microsoft's next financial results being due on January.
Oh, is that so? Okay, well, this doesn't feel good just in general, but like when you're looking at this from Xbox's perspective of what they've been trying to accomplish, and
it's bad.
Like,
it's really bad.
Really bad.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you have to think, like last year they didn't get a single first party out last year. Like they got that hot. Oh no, they got one, but it was small. It was Pentiment.
That's right, which did make a little bit of a splash, but it was a small game. That's not like, oh, I'm ready for Pentiment. It just came and it was like, oh wow.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is really good. You know, High on Life is a multi-platform and kind of niche and weird. Plague's Tale is multi-platform. Like, there's just a lot of stuff on here that's just like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you know, and yeah, like, I just don't know what to say, like, in the broader game, you know, looking at it, because, yeah, dude, like, they didn't put out much last year that was only on their platform or a big Game Pass push. Like, like, they did As Dusk Falls, which I loved. That was one of my top 10 games of the year, but that's not what pushes fucking hardware.
Right.
You know, that's not what pushes, or, you know, the real thing that they give a shit about now is that's not what pushes the fucking Game Pass sub.
Right.
You know, like that, just sorry to say.
Yeah.
You know?
It's, yeah, go ahead.
Like, I love Persona 3 and 4. They just hit Game Pass. I'm going to probably replay them. But that's not what moves the fucking needle.
Right. PlayStation can put out Ratchet and Clank in 2021, and they can put out God of War Ragnarok in 2022, and those are supported by other, games of a similar.
Yeah, they're also like PlayStation also got Persona 3 and 4.
Yeah, they got all that stuff. But like Halo, really, like the support for Halo has just been struggling at best, and then
very weird,
and they have to send out a message being like, "Hey, Halo's alive, Halo's okay, we're working on it."
At this point, if I were Microsoft, I'd be like, you know what? No, we need to just focus on Gears.
We haven't heard anything about Gears in years. What the hell's happening there?
I know. Gears 5 was incredible. It was a great game. I loved it. Same with 4, even though it was a little derivative. And yeah, man, they don't. They fucking don't. For whatever fucking reason.
And they have so much IP, and being Microsoft, they have so many people, and yet they're just not doing it.
A lot of people are giving Sony a lot of shit for releasing a ton of over-the-shoulder action games, but guess what sells?
Over-the-shoulder action games, fuckers.
Guess how those games are doing?
Well, not only that, but at least they're putting out fucking games.
That's the thing. That's really the thing.
I wouldn't mind if Microsoft put out a bunch of this same genre of fucking game if they actually put out some fucking games. And it's so weird coming off of 2021, because in 2021, you had Forza, you had Halo, you had Psychonauts, they had a genuinely really, Age of Empires, they had a genuinely really good year, and then fucking nothing.
Yeah.
It was so fucking weird, and out of character too, to add on top of it, but yeah, man, I don't know what to fucking say.
Yeah, this year is going to be a really clutch year for them, but even so, PlayStation has been making the moves that they need to, even if they're shitty about it. I can rag on people all day long for buying The Last of Us for the 4th time to the point that it sells out yet again. I have no problem there, but at least they're putting out the games, and they're putting out these single player action games, and I love Halo Infinite. I think it's the best Halo since Reach. It has the best camp. It's a great game. That game's fucking awesome. That Forge mode is impressive.
Yeah, and that just came out this November.
Yeah.
But you think about when Halo 3 came out. Think about Halo 3 or even Halo Reach. They launched as complete, full-fledged fucking video games. You didn't have this weird thing where it's we have to wait a year for Forge and co-op, and we have to wait another 3 months after that for co-op not to be janky. And sorry, we had to cancel split-screen co-op because, getting it to run on an Xbox One was not good or doable. And it's then why the fuck did you put it on the Xbox
One? For fuck's sake, guys, why?
It's just and you buy all these studios, right? Which, all right, whatever, hey, fine, do your thing. It's not the fucking, it is what it is. But do something with them. And to be fair, some of these studios have been putting out bangers. Obsidian put out Pentiment, and what was that fucking RPG they put out a couple years prior to Pentiment? Outer Worlds. That game was awesome.
And they're working on another one of those.
Yeah, and they're also working on an Elder Scrolls Obsidian and Obsidian and Forza are fucking killing it. They're doing a great job. And supposedly we're getting a new Forza, the Sim this year, and then we're also getting Starfield this year. But you look at this studio.
I don't think Starfield's gonna do it, but
that's the thing. They showed that, and people are like,
"Huh."
Well, because it looks like a Bethesda game, but when was the last Bethesda game to come out? like the full one, and the answer is Fallout 4. And like, dude, times have changed.
Yeah.
Like
That they have.
like think about what other Western RPGs have come out since since Fallout 4. Like think about it. Like you have The Witcher 3, you have The Outer Worlds, you have Cyberpunk. You have these games that are like these kind of fucking insanely big. Get like Bethesda isn't the only one doing Bethesda anymore. Like that's the thing. Is there, and they're bringing back Perfect Dark. They're like, oh, we made this new. We're doing the game industry's first 4A studio that we have to get Crystal Dynamics to help save the project.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yep. Bronson, are you playing Halo to like cope with what's going on in Microsoft? Is that what this is going on right now?
I mean, it is a good coping mechanism for him.
It is. No, like dude, it's just like look at the studio list. You look at the studio list, if you would have told me this studio list like 10 years ago, I would have been like, oh, they have to be putting out bangers like every year.
Right.
Like every year. Like Playground Games, Turn 10, Rare, Obsidian, Mojang, Ninja Theory, Undead Labs, the entirety of Bethesda and id and Double Fine, and you have a whole fucking studio dedicated to fucking Gears of War, but they haven't put out a Gears of War game in
God knows how long.
4 years now. Like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like, what is that studio even fucking doing? Like, I don't know what to fucking say beyond that. Yeah, like, it's, and is it just a management thing? Like, is just Microsoft management shit?
Well, right,
is
games are really, really hard to make. I get that, especially as they are getting bigger and better. But like, I think it's got to be a management thing at some point, or just like,
or
it
just
happened
like
in such a way that like,
or just games don't work in Microsoft's corporate culture. Like maybe that's it. Like maybe that's the fucking
Bronson,
shitty.
Is that the right answer? I don't know.
Like.
Can you say on camera?
Oh fuck, dude. Like,
yeah, no.
Okay,
all right, yeah.
But like, think of it this way: since these new consoles are launched, Sony has put out Demon Souls, Ratchet and Clank. They got Strive to be exclusive on their system. God of War, Horizon, Gran Turismo. God, what else did they put on it?
We're going far back, so it goes to Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding,
Last of Us.
Last of Us Part 1 was the remake of it, and then like in that same time you have Forza, Gears Tactics, Psychonauts, Halo, and like there.
They have access to all of Rare's IP. They have access to all of what Bethesda's got.
Yeah, they put out that Battletoads that was a great game, but it flopped because they didn't do anything with it. It's just I'm tired of, and I feel this is most people. It's like everyone is just tired of waiting. They're like because they're a better platform in a lot of ways. Like their UI is way less shit than the PS5 UI. Game Pass is just flat better than PlayStation Plus Premium, whatever the fuck it's called. There are 50 million different names for PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
And that's great, but you buy a fucking console to play games.
Yep.
And the backwards compatibility thing.
Backwards compatibility is huge. Yep.
Yeah, that's a big win for them, and it's a lot of fun. Like I love logging on to my Series X or my Series S and seeing like, oh yeah, man, I got like all these 360 games installed. Let's play Puzzle Fighter HD Remix.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Let's play the Metal Gear Collection. That game was dope. And then sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, at this point, if Sony can do better on the backwards compatibility end, and then also start putting out more games on PC. Like that'll make me consider switching. At this point,
like at this point, if Sony were to say we're doing PS3 backwards compatibility, in the way Microsoft does 360 backwards compatibility, which I don't think they'll ever fucking do, but hey,
yeah,
yeah, I would totally switch. Because especially because because of the changes we're making to the channel, I don't need to be as current with games all the time, and that means Game Pass is a little less valuable at that point.
sure.
So there's
For
that.
our specific situation, yeah, PS5 just makes a little more sense.
Yeah, like it's it's just so. It's just so frustrating.
It is.
That's and because you see these like glimmers of like, oh man, if you got all these studios firing at the same time, oh dude, like Arcane, id, Bethesda, Tango Gameworks, Turn 10, like just they have. And then you add in the upcoming. There's no way it doesn't go through Bethesda stuff.
Right, without concessions. Like I'm sure there'll be some concessions, but it'll go through.
Yeah, like then you add on Diablo, Warcraft, Overwatch, and Call of fucking Duty.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
If that all goes through, then like that'll probably happen at the same time. Some of the games that they have been in development for will eventually start at least getting like, hey, here's a trailer, here's gameplay, it's coming out in like 6 months, and we'll at least have that.
Yeah, like they have that thing in what, like a week?
That's right.
Their showcase.
That's gonna be a bummer. Can't get Microsoft employees to cheer for you in your own stadium then.
Yeah, like I'm so looking forward to, like, I'm sure that they're so looking forward to presenting this after laying off a fuck ton of people. And like, what are they going to show? Because I've heard they're not going to be showing Starfield at that. And
if they got other games to show, great. But man,
they have to show gameplay too. They can't just do more teasers, like do a Gears 6 teaser or something.
They completely remade Everwild. Here's another teaser trailer for this new Everwild.
Fuck. It's just so fucking sad. Like, that's more than anything. Like, between the layoffs and everything, like, it's just fucking sad. And man, do you remember like the 360? Like, I'm gonna go full boomer gamer here for a second. Is like, man, you remember the 360 days when you would get like Forza and Crackdown and Oblivion and Gears and Viva Pinata from Microsoft all in like a year and a half?
Yeah,
that was pretty fucking sick.
Yep. That was the place to get demos. Played a whole bunch of demos there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was where Dead Rising launched.
Demos.
Yep. Dead Rising. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh
God, it was a good time. It was a good time, and they have never recovered since. It's called the Xbox 360.
Yep. 2013, just
10 years. They still have not recovered. It's amazing.
Nope. Yeah, and when people ask me like, what console should I get, I used to be very torn because there was so much stuff about the Series X to like, especially with Game Pass. But it's like, if you want to play big name games that are really good right now, PS5 kind of has most of them. Besides, like, unless you like really are interested in Pentiment that much,
right?
Or admittedly, I will say this: Microsoft still is the place for budget gaming.
Yes.
Like if you are just, I want to play a fuck ton of games and I'm on a tight budget, Game Pass is the GOAT.
Yeah.
It is so much better than its competitor. It's sad, but
PlayStation now has the apparatus to compete if they so chose.
Yeah, if PlayStation Plus Premium said, "Hey, we're gonna charge a little more. Instead of 15 a month, we're doing 20, but you get shit like God of War day one."
Yep.
Holy fuck!
Yep.
Game changer.
Yep, for sure.
Based on the fact that Last of Us remake sold out immediately, like I would bump it to 30. There would be enough people to cover it. I bet their numbers say.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, I've been watching that Last of Us TV show, and I've had the urge to fucking play through that game again.
I did the same thing. I was like, man, I think I need to play this again.
Yeah. Like, I literally like went on Sony's website and like nearly ordered a copy.
Yeah, I was like, man, I could play this on the PS5.
And you look so much better.
Yeah,
oh my god. My god.
Look, I remind myself that I have a ton of shit to play. So
yeah, then I looked over my shelf and saw Elden Ring, and I'm like, never mind.
I can't help but like we've had this conversation a couple times of like the times when Sony succeeded is when everyone else is kind of like misstepping.
Yeah.
And while Sony is doing like good things, I think this is another case of like I feel like this is what a console is supposed to be doing as kind of like a baseline, and Xbox is just failing at the baseline again. Like,
yeah, and dude, that's the Sony way. Wait for everyone else to fuck up, and you do the minimum. Like it's the man. It's just.
That's not to say like the first parties that they're putting out like are not.
No, they're great. They're fantastic.
Yeah, like and they're doing it at a good schedule. It's like. Just feels like what you're supposed to do. I don't know.
Yeah, like, I'm looking, I'm on their direct page. These are the PS5 exclusives Sony has put out since launch. Sackboy Big Adventure, Demon Souls, Spider-Man Remastered and Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Yep.
Gran Turismo 7, Returnal, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, the Neo Collection, Destruction All-Stars, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, Death Stranding Director's Cut, Horizon Forbidden West, Uncharted The Legacy of Thieves Collection, The Last of Us Part 1, and God of War Ragnarok.
Yep. So...
And in the middle of next year, we're getting Final Fantasy 16.
Yep.
And those, with the exception of Destruction All-Stars, those are all great games.
I like the idea of Destruction All-Stars.
It's a great idea. It sucks.
Yeah, the execution execution just wasn't quite there.
Damn it.
But yeah, and on the Microsoft side, you launched with Gears Tactics, everything, and Yakuza Like a Dragon was a timed exclusive.
Yeah.
And then you had and then a year later, you had Age of Empires, Psychonauts, Halo, Forza, and one other game I'm forgetting at the moment. And then you haven't had anything since. You had Pentiment. Whole year riding on Pentiment.
Pentiment was pretty good, though.
Oh, and
not enough to carry the year, but it was pretty good.
And once again, and As Dusk Falls, which was also really, really good.
Right.
Like I genuinely really enjoy As Dusk Falls. I think it's a great game. Like I said, it was one of my favorite games of the year, but it's still not enough to carry an entire year. And and especially when you compare it to God of War Ragnarok or even Horizon.
Right. I am looking forward to an interview of Phil Spencer in 5 years.
Yeah, the book. I'm ready to read the book.
At this point, that is the one man I'm looking to in this whole debacle of what's going on, man? I know you're a real one, but you've been put in a position where you have to say the company lines, and now I'm just what's actually going on in your head? Because you're this keeps going. Just free Phil Spencer. Get him out of there.
Well, David Jaffe, what he was saying is, David Jaffe does a podcast, and he was talking about, he's just it's obviously their project managers, and he added some woman on Twitter who ran Sony's portfolio during the PS1, PS2, and early PS3 days.
Okay.
He's like, let me see. Let me see if I can find who he talked about. Yeah. I loved Halo Infinite. One of the best shooters in years, but my God, it's gotten so bad that arguably Xbox's only valuable IP has to release such a statement. It's proof that Phil Spencer and Satal Nadalia need to do all they can to get Shannon Studstill running Xbox development. You know, so yeah, no, because like he, you know, like, oh
Yeah. Yep.
yeah.
For those who have not been listening to this show for a while, like we cover like the general console war between Sony and Microsoft, and we have been generally pretty pro Microsoft just for how they've approached things like such as Game Pass and things like that. But it's that baseline. It's the one thing you need to deliver as a console maker is those big games.
It's like good games, and then nowadays like an online network that works.
Well, right.
And they have one. So, you know, like that's, you know, and like, hey, once again, I'm happy to play through Persona 3 and 4 again.
That's nice.
Great. But that's not a new game, and I was happy to play Plague's Tale day one. Not spending $60 on a game I was mostly curious about. Good big win there.
Yeah.
And they have a bunch of big wins. Like I said, I think their UI is a lot better. I think that they you know, their online's still more stable. I think that they are better in the indie space, especially getting indies on Game Pass. But the big thing, you know, when most people buy a console, they do it for, you know, the big AAA games.
Yep.
You know, like I've been, you know, like I remember I was talking with Stella earlier in the week, and she's like, "What is there like any worthwhile game on PS5 that's like only on PS5?" And I'm like, Ratchet and Clank.
Oh boy, are there?
Oh boy, are there?
Yeah, it's like Ratchet and Clank, Demon Souls, you know, and a handful of others. And then like I was like, what about Xbox? I'm like, you can play all those on the computer.
Yep.
And that's great. That's awesome.
It's awesome.
But on the other side of that, it's like, and like when she's like, all right, well, what about like the actual games? I'm like, well, they put out 2 games this whole year, and they were both kind of small indie games that were mostly about reading.
Look, we don't like to read. It's been proven.
Yeah, you know,
I'm here to play the video game.
You know, like, yeah, like I don't mind reading because, you know, I like Persona and whatnot, but it's, yeah, man, like,
Sure.
you know, it's just comically sad, you know, and like they announced Fable like it'll be 3 years ago this summer. Haven't heard fuck all about it since. You know,
Not about Fable. Damn.
We got that Perfect Dark trailer at the Game Awards like over a year ago. Haven't heard fuck all about it since.
Well, we've heard some things about it, but
you know, like Halo is mostly pretty done. Like now they're just gonna be supporting cosmetics. Like apparently there was a rumor that they were working on some campaign DLC, and that shit got canceled because they thought it wasn't gonna be profitable.
Dicks.
Yeah, so is what it is.
well,
Yep.
this year's gonna be a pretty key year for them. You got to get that Starfield out.
It's gonna be it's gonna be fascinating because like Sony's putting out fucking Spider-Man.
Yep.
You know, Sony's putting out like a VR headset with a bunch of VR games. We're getting Horizon DLC. Like, you know,
Well, not to mention all the Nintendo stuff like Zelda. I mean,
Yep.
it'll be interesting to see how Microsoft competes.
If they can, man.
If they compete.
Oof.
Which, interesting point of order. We talked about briefly the Xbox Bethesda showcase that's coming up on Wednesday, for those that want to know.
What time?
Wednesday at noon. Noon, our time.
Okay.
right in the middle of the workday, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, noon Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. in the UK, or 6 a.m. AEST on the 26th. So far, they've confirmed Elder Scrolls Online, Minecraft Legends, Forza Motorsport, and Redfall. That's just confirmed for the showcase.
Redfall, yeah.
Redfall.
There you go. You got Redfall. I forgot about Redfall.
Hey, Arcade's a big developer. Well, I'll count it.
Apparently, there's going to be another showcase in the works specifically for Starfield, but it's not been announced yet.
Also, 2 of those games you mentioned are out already. Like Minecraft Legends has been out for a while, and
Elder Scrolls has been out for forever,
like a decade.
It's going to be the PvP portion of Minecraft Legends, is what they're showcasing. According to the IGN article that I'm looking at here from earlier this month.
And then we have, and then Forza. I'm sure will be great. Like that looks.
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm really excited for Forza.
Yeah, that looks dope. But like, what the fuck?
What else they have? I guess.
Okay, I guess that's.
Wait for June.
You know, I've ragged on Sony for these same kind of showcases, but Jesus fucking Christ.
Yep.
At least, you know, like, oh, God, man, this is.
We'll see what the showcase gives, and we'll report on it next week, probably, unless there's nothing of note.
Well, I'll probably watch it just for shits and giggles.
I mean, yeah I'll watch it, but like, I have a very strong meeting. I have a very strong feeling next week when we meet up. Like, we're literally gonna be like, man, Forza look cool.
And that's about it.
Yep, moving on.
Moving on.
Great that Forza's out in spring.
Mm-hmm.
They finally got a game out.
We could do what we did with Game Awards. We'll stream on Twitch and just watch.
Fuck
around.
Oh, it's on Wednesday though, right?
It is Wednesday.
I am very busy.
I'm busy on Wednesday as well.
So
I won't be home until at least 8:30.
Yeah. Okay.
So
night.
So yeah, that's not a possibility there. But hey, so moving forward with more fun Microsoft news.
Let's move on from this to the other news.
Microsoft will reportedly receive an EU antitrust warning over the Activision Blizzard deal. It claimed Microsoft expect to offer remedies to EU regulators in an attempt to avert the statement of charge and shorten the process. However, it claimed the EU is not open to remedies without first sending out a charge sheet. Microsoft said, we're continuing to work with the European Commission to address any marketplace concerns. Our goal is to bring more games to more people and use this to further that goal. Oh.
Well.
Jeez.
Rough.
Yep.
It's not surprising.
Yep.
It isn't, no.
And then there's the US FTC stuff with them is happening in August. So,
another sign that this is going to be a big year for Xbox is working out these details with governments around the world.
That's my favorite game, Bureaucracy.
Yep. Yep. And like Phil Spencer talked about it earlier, that the big reason for this, like they're talking about Call of Duty. The big reason they're doing this deal is because mobile. There's so much money to be made with their mobile games.
Yep.
But what's specifically cited is Call of Duty. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they might make some concessions on Call of Duty.
Maybe they just say like, "Hey, we'll keep COD on everything forever," but Game Pass
we have to sign
one.
a piece of paper saying, "Hey." Yep. And like that would, if that was a concession that worked, Microsoft would be over the moon.
Yeah.
They're gonna make all that money anyway. So great.
Yep.
Yeah. So there you go.
So yeah, that's gonna go on for a while. Bronson, I moved this other story up because this also deals with the EU.
Okay. Yep.
So let's go ahead and just switch over there. European Parliament votes to take action against loot boxes, gaming addiction, gold farming, and more.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, so they voted on it. They got
we
that
don't know
far.
if it's actually going to be.
So
like,
yeah.
fully a thing.
European Parliament voted today to adopt a report calling for the European Commission to address several issues in the games industry that it believes will better protect consumers, especially young people. They got 577 votes with 56 against and 15 abstentions. Let's see.
Really?
Yeah.
That small?
Yeah, more than a dozen recommendations in a report, including a call for harmonized rules across the European Union's single market when providing clear information about games content, as well as systems that help parents understand and control how much time and money their children spend on games. So lots of informing the parents on what's going on in their games. It's it's what the Peggy system is kind of for.
I mean, we've and not only that, like the you look at a game like Lost Ark, for example, like. Man, if you had a kid who just was really into upgrades and you had your credit card just on that account, like,
yep,
you could spend thousands before you even knew what the fuck was happening.
Exactly. MEPs also voted to have the commission analyze the impact of loot boxes and prompts to make in-game purchases, taking action if necessary, as well as investigating whether gold farming can be linked to financial crimes and human rights abuses.
The second one, yes. The second one, yes.
Yeah.
That there was we actually, it was weird timing on that. We actually had a whole discussion during last night's Mythic runs about how one of the people we run with like knew a gold farmer in China, and like, yes, it's still horrible human rights violations because like, oh, you can't leave if you don't farm enough gold, you don't get your food for the day. But then he's like, well, yeah, but compared to like a Foxconn, manufacturing facility or
It's not a
city,
facility, it's a city. They call it iPhone City because you have everything you need in that facility. You sleep at the facility, you eat at the facility. They have restaurants. They have it's crazy.
Holy shit! No. God damn it.
But he says like compared to that, it's actually like pretty great. Like I wake up and I get all my farming done, and then like I have good food and amenities and like just a nice computer to work on, and I'm just like, man, that's really dark.
Yeah,
that's really dark. Holy shit!
You want corporate overlords?
Yeah, here we go. We're getting the cyberpunk without all the cool stuff. Here you go.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
So the EU's looking into this. They also call for developers to avoid designing games that feed addiction, with Lopez citing the WHO's recognition of gaming disorder as an example of the state of addiction among some players. Calling for developers to do that is nice. That's not going to stop them.
That doesn't actually do anything.
That doesn't do anything.
Not at all.
Let's see.
I do think this shit needs to exist, though. Like, yes. I really do. Like, Diablo Immortal last year was a really great test for that kind of thing.
The onus is on the people to freely decide not to support bad practices, and what we have proven time and time again is we are not in a place to do that right now. Well, we will support that shit.
Well, yeah, as much as
yep,
give me Goblin Brain has taken over. Yeah, that's it's basically what it is.
Yeah. So in lieu of that, or until we can regain our ability to spend our money wisely, having a commission or a committee or something like this to be like, hey, we need to get a handle on this. That's the next best thing. So
unfortunately, there's just so many working pieces to that.
Yep.
But yes, I generally agree. It's just,
it sucks.
It sucks that we have to have a fucking conversation about, man, look at how predatory these loot boxes are and these other things. I'm like, well, do we want to start including fucking trading card games in that? Do we want to start like that kind of thing? What is? Yeah, where's the line?
The answer is we need to work together as a populace to try and help each other and to be able to make better decisions and get help when we need to get help and all that. It's just we're not meeting that, unfortunately. So,
no, not in any aspect of society.
Yeah.
So,
and a game developer, especially part of a publicly owned company, will put profit over everything else.
Yeah,
so,
of course. Why wouldn't they?
Quarter to quarter.
Yeah.
Once again, why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
So
other actions recommended include prioritizing data protection, improving the gender imbalance on the industry's workforce, and making it as easy for consumers to cancel a subscription as it is to sign up. I like that last one.
Yeah, that's. I cannot tell you how many fucking services I've signed up for where it's just like, oh, like I have had Discord Nitro for months now because I keep like just not having the ability to remember to fucking cancel it for months.
You know, one of the nice things about California that was a shock to me when I came to Nevada is that to cancel a subscription service, they have to have an option to let you do it online.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you live in California and you want to cancel anything, you can do it online. And when I got to Nevada, I went to cancel something. I was like, what do you mean I can't do it online? What do you mean I have to call in? Why do I have to call in? This doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, they try to make it as difficult as possible to do that shit when it could just be a button online.
Yeah, and that's all, as we all fucking know here, that's intentional as fuck.
Yep.
Yes.
Like that there's no reason they couldn't do it the other way. They choose not to. So,
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's an encouraging thing. The European Parliament also recognized the value of the video game sector, as well as its potential to help with education, mental health, and other aspects of life.
Dude, video games helped me so much as a kid and as an adult with a lot of shit. Like, for sure.
If we can't fix other stuff in society, like, let me tell you, video games can help some people get through that shit.
Yeah, like, let me tell you that, like, I remember when my mom had just become disabled. I was working nothing but temp jobs. A big part of what got me through that was just being able to sit down and fucking absorb myself in another place.
Yep.
Like, that may not be the healthiest way to handle that, but it's what I had at the time.
In lieu of other things, MEPs have asked the European Commission to devise a European video game strategy that would boost the industry and, quote, help unlock its full potential. They also proposed the creation of a new annual European Online Video Game Award. Quote, our report, weird, but like interesting if they do it right. Quote, our report highlights the positives of this pioneering industry, but also social risks we need to bear in mind, like the impact of gaming on mental health. This is something that can particularly affect younger gamers. We need to harmonize EU rules, ensuring strengthened consumer protection, and with a specific focus on minors. I wonder if for this award, they're going to be like, it's for like a really good game, but also one that best abides by what we recommended.
I mean, this kind of reminds me of what I was saying when we were doing Game of the Year, of like, I kind of thought about like everything I played this year when it came to like predatory practices.
Mm-hmm.
And there were like so few games that were in the AAA space that were not in that category.
Right.
Because like I looked at it and I was just like, okay, so God of War, Elden Ring.
Yep.
Okay, that's what I got. God of War and Elden Ring. Cool.
Yeah, here's an interesting part. Ahead of the vote, the Interactive Software Federation of Europe and the European Game Developers Federation issued a joint statement to gamesindustry.biz saying the two trade bodies were, quote, concerned by calls for stricter regulation of all in-game purchases. The pair said that such regulation will impact the ability of all games firms to fund development, because that is what game developers rely on now, is getting those microtransactions and battle passes to fund for the development.
Why don't you just release a full game?
Why
That'd
don't
be
you
cool.
release a full game that's a lot of fun, and then people will buy it, and there you go.
Yep.
Done. There you go. Awesome.
Yep.
Good game. What the fuck? God damn it.
There's a lot to this article. This is a Games Industry Biz article. European Parliament votes to take action against loot boxes. You should take a look at it because it's really interesting. And as we've seen with like privacy policies on the internet, you know, if EU like rules something, you're probably going to see some changes in regards to video games if they decide to enforce it.
We'll see if they actually. Yeah, let's see if they do that. Actually,
that would be cool.
That would be my first thing, and wondering what the fuck.
They need to do it right, and then they need to enforce it actually. And really, the most
doubt.
We'll see. Yeah, first doubt they will enforce it. Also doubt that they will do it right.
Exactly to both.
Yeah. The most exciting thing out of this is that we get yet another conference hosted by Jeff Keighley showcasing the games that abide by these policies and are also good.
Oh, buddy.
Look,
fucking Jesus.
We got to get Jeff Keighley out there.
Jeff Keighley will be the one to save us. Actually, you know what? No, he'll be the one to sell us up the river, but whatever.
He's very much one who does both. It's which is just what they need. So anyway, hey, you want to do more disappointing news?
Yeah, I do.
God,
Let's go, baby.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
Happy Sunday.
I know this is how you wanted your week to start.
The Sunday sads usually start at like 8 p.m., but for us, they start at 10:30.
Hell yeah. It's all downhill from here. Whatever. We're providing a service. We give you that darkness early so that everything else is comparatively better.
Yeah,
right.
like you it's like how you read the news first thing in the morning, and then there you go. You're the rest of your day, you're just suddenly less shit.
Or like daylight savings time, but every week.
Yeah, there you
go. Shit, that's a terrible. Oh.
Fuck.
All right, Bronson, what's this news story?
Hey, like literal, like what? A month after acquiring Giant Bomb, they're like, layoff time.
Yeah.
God.
They laid off Jess and Jason. Yeah. Oh fuck,
Damn.
man. That's like for a site that especially for a site that used to be so driven on like personality, right?
Yeah.
Like it just was just, oh man.
Yeah, for those who are just joining, Giant Bomb is a site that we really based our initial thrusts at GameCraft on. And so they've been a huge influence on us. And to be fair, what made us fans of Giant Bomb and what got us into all of this left the site like last year, essentially. Like the spirit was gone before then, but it really went last year when it turns out Jeff who was planning on leaving was just fired. And he's gone and started a Patreon. The other people who started original Giant Bomb have their own Patreon. They're both creating good content, so whatever. But
yeah, and that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, but these poor guys have been kind of the supporting group, and they've been trying to keep the Giant Bomb thing going. And to be fair to them, the people that have stuck around have enjoyed what they've put on. I assume those are people that were not attached to the original crew, but Yeah,
and hey, that's awesome, man. I'm always happy to see people get work in this kind of this industry, and for them to do well.
Yeah,
but on the it's just kind of a bummer that that like literally, like, imagine this. Oh, I got this really awesome job, yeah, and then literally just weeks later it's just like, nope, not anymore, I don't.
Yep.
Like, You know, or like I think what they've been around. They were around there for like a year, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't recall. Yeah,
I got
don't
nothing.
recall.
So
it's yeah, Jess was personality that was added around the time of the pandemic, right?
Yeah, and I really liked Jess a lot. Like she was awesome.
She was a fantastic personality. I was really looking forward to the day when they went back to being in person, and to have her on the couch with everyone would have been a blast. Jason, of course, has been there a while. He's a real one. And of all people, Jason A. Stryker has needed some of that healthcare protection. So for this to fall on him is super fucked up.
Yeah, but now you can pay like $1 billion for Cobra.
I will say this Kotaku article is nice because at the very end of it, the CEO of IGN's parent company, Vivek Shah, made roughly $16 million in 2021. TPG CEO John Winklereed, which I believe owns Fandom, earned over $80 million that same year.
Gross.
In addition to the hundreds of millions he raked in during his decades-long career at Goldman Sachs.
Once again, gross.
Yep.
But all right.
And they're just they're just a private equity company is what owns Fandom now, right?
Yes, I want to say.
I swear I read that. I don't know. Maybe don't take my word for that, but it's not good. This is not a good look for anyone involved.
No, it's not. No, it is not at all.
Best of luck to the giant bomb and GameSpot people. I honestly, it just seems like a matter of time.
Yes, that kind of work in general, like it is.
Well, yeah.
I don't want to like rain on anyone's parade if they're getting into that line of work, but it kind of feels like the kiss of death is coming, if it hasn't come already.
I mean, yeah, you want to talk about official? Like, I don't think officially. I think IGN and well, I don't know what GameSpot. IGN, I feel like will go on for a good long time.
Right.
But yeah, as like a whole field to be a part of, you're more likely if you can make a name for yourself to start a Substack.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like, I think Jeff Grubb could do a real successful Substack. But that's what it is. So this has been a bit of a bummer of a month for the industry as a whole.
To say the least.
Goddamn. Yeah, and we have more bummer news.
Yeah. What?
Hey, you know how we were talking about problems in the industry of like people like not kind of like falling short of predatory, but just like trying to wring as much money out of people as possible.
Yeah.
Well, Suicide Squad is
God,
a video game.
I forgot I put this in the docket.
Yep.
Oh.
And
God damn it.
Suicide Squad looked like a good game for a while, and to be fair to it, like the actual gameplay itself, it still does. Or have they shown gameplay?
Good.
Yeah,
they've not shown gameplay.
No, they've shown a little. They've shown
a
little, a very tiny sliver.
Well, what they've shown of it has certainly piqued interest. But and to be fair, this was leaked on 4chan. So
take it with a grain of salt, people.
It's so what that translates to
bag of salt.
Bag of salt, yeah.
Now what this translates to is either this is the most true or least true thing.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah.
Exactly. Let me pull up the image here. Can this just pop up for me, or am I gonna have to click this? Can I just open this in a new tab?
Oh, fucking Lord.
Here, hang on a second. Let me futz around with this. to get that. But yes, it looks like it could be a live service game a la Avengers, a la Destiny.
Okay.
Aren't you excited? Aren't you just excited?
Actually, kind of, because that means that's one less game I have to buy this year.
Oh, ouch.
Fair enough, man. I just, you know,
like it's coming out like right in the middle of fucking Zelda and Final Fantasy and Street Fighter and Diablo. Great, couldn't ask for a better time for them to do this.
Yeah.
I'll wait for when it's on clearance. Neat.
The media has been removed in response to a report from the copyright holder. Well, in case you were wondering if that was fake or not.
Bitch.
Oh boy.
Shit.
Oh, how bad do you think it's gonna be? That's the real question. Like, all right, how predatory, how bad, how fucked is it gonna be?
Well, let's see. Reddit has the image here. If I can pull this up. God damn it! Like, give me another second.
Oh, you're fine.
Running this isn't easy.
You're good.
Running all this for one thing.
It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
I didn't prepare for any of this.
Fuck. Just.
Yeah. You liking it? Having a good time?
Not really, no. Make it stop. Make it stop right now.
I like late last year, I kind of made that decision of like, indie games seem to be like the way for me. And man, does that seem like it's truer and truer every day.
Right.
Yep.
This image was deleted from the Reddit.
Oh.
Okay.
Yep, that makes sense.
Oh, shit.
It's true.
Shit.
That has to be true.
It has to be true at this point. They are going all over the place.
Yeah, no, that. All right, so now we know. We at least know now. It's true.
This is a. I found it. Here we go. Come for us. It's right here. Let me see. Is it showing on the thing? Yes, it is. There it is. So this is what is being taken down all over the internet. Sorry to the audio podcast listeners. You're just gonna have to tune into our video thing on YouTube.
Or it gets taken down.
Or it gets taken down. Yeah. I'll put a censored picture above this. But we got looks like we got loadouts, talents, battle pass, store, a codex, and we got numbers below all these characters. We got currencies. Look at all those currencies right there at the top of the screen. It seems like it's less than Avengers, so that you got that going.
Oh, God.
But here we are.
Yeah, I stand by my statement. Fuck me sideways for this to actually happen.
Why? Why?
I'm going back to that old Waypoint podcast about the Avengers where Austin Walker just says, you don't have to make the numbers go up. You don't have to do this.
No. Fuckers don't have to do shit.
Fucking goddamn it.
Can you just let a game be good?
That's yes, some people can. Not many anymore, apparently, but some people fucking can.
Do we want to tie this into our last news story so we can have this conversation in full?
Sure. Yeah, do it.
All right.
Speaking of live service games.
Speaking of live service games and what happens sometimes, Crystal Dynamics confirms end of Marvel's Avengers.
Sad.
I'm already there. I've been there this whole podcast. I am embracing. Let's go.
All right. So. Hey. All right. Fucking goddamn it.
Yeah,
we were
professionals.
we were real big fans of the Avengers game. It was kind of fucked, but we had fun with it.
If our channel had themes, like last year was our MMO year, and like this game came late, but like halfway, I mean, we were covering like Marvel movies and stuff, and then this game was coming out, and we played it, and we started to actually like it more than we thought we were going to. And then it came out, and we tried. You want to talk about trying? We tried to make this so game work.
Like
we wanted to like that game a lot, and we just couldn't do it.
The amount of times we on stream, like it would break in other ways, but we would go through an entire mission, go to one of their 2 final bosses, defeat them, and the game would freeze. And Locke and poor Ray just had his like data deleted.
Yeah, that's why Ray didn't get. Yeah, Ray had a fully maxed out Thor. Like that man, fucking had full on maxed out.
Stats, everything.
Yeah, like he had the Thor, and his save got deleted, and it couldn't pull from the cloud, so he was gonna have to start over.
Poor dude.
Yeah.
Oh, Ray, I'm sorry, buddy.
And like I remember, we just had so many glitches and issues, and just which like the shittiest part about this is like there was a really good core game under there. Like that's honestly the worst part about it.
It's the worst part.
Is like underneath all that there was just like this really fucking cool game. But that shit didn't matter. So
talk about having a book out about this. I want to know from the outside looking in, this seems like Square Enix just said this has to be a games as a service. I don't care what you say. And
that's what
Crystal
it feels
Dynamics
like.
was like, okay, made a cool ass game, and then like tried to figure out what they could do, and did not have the time or the resources to make the enemies and the maps that they needed to make a fully varied and interesting game. They worked on those currencies. Holy hell, did they get those currencies going and make an armor system that like you could crunch the numbers and you could spend time like figuring out how to get the most optimal setup and all that, but it was like, and then you go in and play it, and it's like, okay, it's either who is Taskmaster and who was the other guy?
Abomination.
Those are the 2.
And like I think they added a third one eventually. But yeah, man, like that, and who wants to? And like it's the same AIM soldiers. It's the same fucking and that sucked because like they made the heroes feel like the heroes. Like Iron Man, like I love zipping around as fucking Iron Man.
Yeah,
like it was so good. Like or like when you and I got to do the Captain America Iron Man shield thing.
That was good. They put it in.
They put it in. It was awesome.
Yeah,
like but
brawling and then throwing the shield around and it bounces off like 8 dudes while I'm fist fighting, and then it comes back and I hit him. Like, oh man, they made that game feel so good. It actually is a good feeling game. Like
like the combat is fucking great. Like I'm like playing as Iron Man and getting to like use all his weird rockets and lasers and fucking flying around and just escape and then zoom in and just punch a dude and zoom out and just fuck. Yeah. It was.
When you played enough of it, like you remembered your combos, your bread and butter stuff that got you through a lot of stuff. There was a lot of customization. I had my shield so that it would just like carry someone off into the distance if I threw it right. I have a clip saved on my computer of like one of the robots jumping up in the air at me and me catching my shield and then throwing it at him, and he just carries off into space. And it made me feel so goddamn cool.
Like several moments with Iron Man where just like you come in and you do the Iron Man landing with the ground pound, it does a fuck ton of damage. You're like, fuck yes.
Yep. With Thor, you can drop the hammer on someone and pin them to the ground or the wall, and then you're just fighting other dudes while they're pinned there, and then you can call it back when you need it. There was some cool stuff. And that was great. Like it's just the store and the way they did cosmetics and the way they never improved the gameplay and just
it goes on and 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 on. Why it was fucked.
You needed more variety, for sure. The way they handled certain aspects of customization all was annoying as hell. They had some problems, especially at the beginning, regarding filling out your hero card or whatever they called it. And like for a game that needed support, like they apparently felt they made that filling that out too easy, and so they made it harder. And then everyone was like, "What in the absolute fuck are you doing?"
It's like, why would you make it harder to do this thing that's really fun? Like,
Right.
Oh, fucking hold on. Let me pull up my Avenger. Oh, God.
Yeah, pull up your Avengers. Yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking pull up the game because I don't have it installed. But Marvel's Avengers. Yeah, dude, I am missing 14 achievements, and most of those are very achievable.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, earn a 250 hero levels across the entire roster. Yeah, like all of these except for like quite honestly, if I wanted to, I could go back and finish this game 100%.
Yep.
It would not be a hard ask. Like we played a lot.
It's been in my top 5 most played games on Steam. And it's purely because playing the game itself was fun. It's just all the stuff around it, and then the maps and enemies were not varied. And
okay, so I have a question for you.
Okay,
I just had an idea. I know it does not fit with the new channel goals and whatnot. Do you just want to have one night next year where we're just like, we're gonna boot up Avengers for one last time?
I mean, no, I was thinking about it. Like we were talking about our new focus for this year, but I think a good idea is to have like a little break, something that's not necessarily posted on YouTube, just like a fun Twitch thing to do. I think booting up Avengers once or twice once we get close to March 31st here, I think that'd be a fun time.
Oh, is that when it
would publish its final update on March 31st?
Yeah, so no more balance changes or tweaks or anything like that. But like, yeah, dude. It's a 94 gig game now. They just put out a new hero like 3 months ago.
Yep.
And it's going to get delisted too.
It's going to get delisted?
Yeah, they can't afford to keep the licenses for the characters, so it's getting delisted as well.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, dude,
that's why you can't get the Marvel Ultimate Alliance games anymore, because they can't afford to keep the licenses.
Oh my god. Oh, so video game preservation.
And you want to the best part is because of this, the price on the physical versions is going up.
Yep. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, because this game used to be like $10 to $20 max on PS5. Right now, it's going for $41.
Okay, it's begun.
Oh, buddy.
Yep. So dumb.
What was that last hero they released?
Winter Soldier.
I wonder how he plays.
Probably a lot like Captain America meets Black Widow.
You want to talk about some other problems? How about releasing characters that are just carbon copies of one of the original 6?
Yeah, no. Because let's see. She-Hulk plays like Hulk. Jane Foster plays like Thor. Hawkeye and Kate Bishop.
Yep.
Black Panther plays fairly new.
That is fairly new, yes. And then they had Spider-Man locked to PlayStation, so if you didn't have PlayStation, you don't get the most popular Marvel character. Like, what the fuck?
Fucking A, dude.
It didn't occur to me that was because Sony owns the rights to Spider-Man until relatively recently.
Oh, really?
Well, they own the movie rights to Spider-Man. They don't own. Do they own the game rights too?
I think they do.
Wow.
That's why you don't get those Insomniac or not Insomniac, whatever, the Spider-Man games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they can't, like, no way. That can't be right, because fucking Spider-Man's in a bunch of Marvel games that are like on other shit, though. You know, like, he's in Marvel Snap, and he was in Ultimate Alliance, the new one they put out for Switch. Oh, like, what? Okay, that one I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, that's something that has been talked about.
One.
I'm not sure, but what I do know is that enough people, like, PlayStation is the popular console, so like, as much as I'm not happy about it, like, that's I don't know how much that contributed to the other issues.
The PC version is the only one that runs well.
It may have improved. I don't know. I don't know. I've seen some comments say it never got any better, but
I mean, yes, but compared to the console versions, which ran even worse, like that's something you need to factor in.
God. What's up, Emily?
I actually just looked up an article. This was dated back August of 2020 in regards to who owns the rights to Spider-Man in video game aspect.
Okay.
So, let's see. Up until, I think it was 2014, Activision. Yeah, from 2000 to 2014, it was Activision who had exclusive rights to publish Spider-Man.
Okay.
Fast forward to June 16. Marvel Spider-Man was announced at a Sony press conference.
Mm-hmm.
But the future of Spider-Man is, as far as we know, it is Marvel who still holds ultimate rights to the character.
That doesn't surprise me.
So it sounds like they did a deal with Sony. Just for
it sounds like Sony really wants to be associated with Spider-Man and was just like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, it's why we see Spider-Man appear in mobile games like Future Fight or Marvel Snap, multi-platform games like Lego Marvel Superheroes, and even console-exclusive games like Ultimate Alliance 3 for the Switch. If Sony had owned his rights in the video game aspect, you'd be more than likely seeing him only on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Sorry,
that
guys.
makes sense.
Fair enough.
Makes sense.
Sony gets a free pass with a lot of people on making everything they have exclusive, which sucks, but
it is what it is.
Is what it is. Would have loved to have played Spider-Man in this game, but
apparently he doesn't play that great, to be fair. Like, he literally swings on air. It doesn't do the Marvel's
I mean,
Spider-Man
you gotta,
stuff.
Right? Like, look,
No,
I'm willing to...
Marvel Spider-Man fucking connects to actual buildings.
I know, that's great. But, like, when it comes to, like, trying to make this game playable... it's like how Iron Man, when you actually look at him, flies really, really slowly, and it's necessary to make the gameplay feel good, and I'm willing to make that.
Right, it's a concession for the gameplay.
Exactly.
Fair enough. But
I'm someone who, as a kid, really enjoyed that first Spider-Man movie game too, which is
I did too.
Exclusively what you did. So
I enjoyed it a lot. I loved 2 a lot more, but it was really good.
Of course, yes.
So all right, yeah, man.
We should download this and
already doing it after the show.
March 31st, April 1st.
At minimum, I want to see if I can get like most of the rest of the achievements.
Yeah, sure. I don't know what your schedule is, but March 31st is a Friday, April 1st is a Saturday.
It'd have to be April 1st for me.
That would be a fun time. Be stupid. we could cry our many tears playing and enjoying the game, and then it can freeze on us and we can be released from this curse. Finally and forever.
I will pay good money to sit front row for that shit. Okay.
Fuck.
Like, I will come over to your place, Eric, with a 6-pack of beer and just watch and help you grieve.
I got a couch right here. You can hang out, eat pizza, drink beer, and we'll do this.
We'll grieve.
I'll see if I can get my light up. I'll see if I can get my light up arc reactor in the background.
There you go. Yeah.
Do it.
One last celebration of Marvel's Avengers and its many shortcomings.
And then we move on to Suicide Squad in May.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Whatever. We didn't play Gotham Knights.
This is true. Y'all didn't play Gotham Knights, and apparently that game is shit too.
That game is fucking garbage also. Why is it so hard to make one of these? This seems like the easiest W you could think of.
Right? I mean, it's literally free money. Like, just don't fuck it up.
But that's the thing is, like, I don't know what went on with Gotham Knights because I didn't play it, but I mean, we saw it right here. It was they had a single player game lined up. It was good to go, and then they said this needs to print more money. Square Enix said this needs to print money. And so they had to figure that out, and it doesn't work.
Squeenix.
Unless you provide more money and more time. Because if you remember, they released this way before they were supposed to.
And that was after a pair of delays too.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was the year where I think Cyberpunk also learned that lesson.
Yep, that was which, man, had Cyberpunk come out 2 years later, it probably would have been Game of the Year last year.
Absolutely.
That's how fucking good it is.
Banger.
I keep going back to that, I was like, fuck, this is so good.
I mean, I've been looking at it. Yeah, it like if it was not fucked up, I bet you that would be. I mean, thank God for that anime driving interest back into the game at a time when it's like all fixed up.
Yeah. So yeah, once again, go play Cyberpunk, everyone. Go do it. Do it.
I need to watch
my copy.
Yeah. I need to watch the anime through, and then Bronson will, on our break day one day we'll stream and Cyberpunk and talk Cyberpunk.
Yeah, absolutely. You need a side quest where the guy gets a black market robot penis, and then it malfunctions and everything burns, and you have to take him to a doctor.
Can you get the cyber robot penis?
I don't know. I know there is like a slider to make your dick bigger. That's like
okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But if I remember correctly, people were complaining because none of it ever like comes into play.
No.
There's a couple of sex scenes, but like there's no other reason to do that other than to make yourself feel better about yourself, I guess.
This is my fantasy. Man. I need a big dick. I can't live this way.
I am surrounded by a bunch of assholes. Okay.
And
dicks,
is that,
really?
That is that.
I didn't want to use that term, Aaron.
That needs to be the podcast title. It needs to be the podcast title this week. This is my fantasy. I need a big dick.
Y'all are a bunch of fucking dicks, and I hate you.
There's a reason the word degeneracy is woven into this channel's DNA. Right. Look,
because we are a bunch of fucking degenerates. That's how we roll.
Man. Should I buy Cyberpunk 2077 for $30 on Steam?
Fuck yes, absolutely. I paid fucking $60 for it, and I do not regret it.
Okay. Don't do it yet.
Why not?
Why?
Because you're buying it straight through Steam. Is that what you're doing?
I mean, it's sitting there in front of me. I'm not clicking until after the show.
Okay. Just let me look.
We're looking on Fanatical.
You're gonna find it cheaper elsewhere. Shit.
You can probably.
I mean, yeah, probably,
possibly.
I wouldn't buy.
I didn't pay shit for my copy because I got it from my brother.
Nice. Hell yeah, good call.
I would say I would definitely want it on Steam because I want everything in that fucking launcher possible. But
yeah. Apologies to those listening on the podcast. This is going to expire by the time it is out. This sale on Steam.
Oh,
you can get it on Steam.
Yeah,
it's not cheaper anywhere else.
So,
okay, all right. Well, good luck to everyone.
Yep. You can. Yeah, but to be fair, everyone, in my opinion, the more I play it, the more I'm like, this is well worth the $60. So, you know, take that how you will.
All right.
And looking at my friends that have played it, they apparently agree because outside of 2 people, everyone else has put at least 30 hours into it, with the high on here being someone who played 271 hours.
Ooh.
Damn.
All right.
Anthony has 45. I have 25. Stella has 130.
Damn.
So, yeah, it's pretty good. So,
well, hey, live service superhero games. Stop it.
Or just do it good.
Take the time and the money to do it good.
Yep. All right. So,
that's it for the news. Unless we got anything smaller.
We can just slit our wrists now. After all that, that's all right.
I saw a news story that's saying the Silent Hill guy wants people to pitch indie Silent Hill titles to him. That sounds fun.
That can be unique and interesting, I feel.
I think I saw like someone at Obsidian was like, I want to do a Fallout game.
I bet you do. You made the best one.
Bitch, let's go.
Yeah,
we're kind of busy with other things, but hey.
Hey, Obsidian, I mean, they already made the best Fallout game of that style, so why wouldn't they want to make another one?
Yep.
All right. Well,
cool. So yeah. All right. That's it for news.
That's it for news. Did anyone play anything this week?
Yeah.
I finished Ghost.
How was it?
I finished story and the DLC storyline for Ghost of Tsushima.
Wow.
Did you like it?
There's a reason why it's my game of the year.
Okay, fair enough.
Because, like, that ending to the full story was like, oh, holy shit.
Yeah, the ending is spectacular. That end fight and that end little, depending on the decision you make, yeah, like it's very, because it's one of those endings where you get a choice on how to handle it.
Yeah. Yeah,
wow.
And I got the good, true ending.
Yeah, that's what I got also.
So,
Nice.
And then I finished the story to Iki Island, which is the DLC to Ghost of Tsushima.
So I got the director's cut of that game for $20 last year, and just I don't like. I want to go do that DLC and get the platinum, but I'm also just like still kind of traumatized the fact that I played 80 hours and still couldn't get the 100%. The map is so big.
Here's my question for you, Bronson.
Mm-hmm.
You played Infamous 2, right?
Yes.
Did you play the DLC for that one?
The
Festival of Blood.
Yes, I did.
The way that the storyline is for Iki Island plays a lot like Festival of Blood DLC.
Oh, that is very interesting. Okay.
Like, with like the way that they do it, there's no vampires involved. Just so we're clear with Iki Island.
Damn it!
No, but
you were just selling me on vampire samurais, and then you're like, no.
No. Here's the thing: you're hit with this like weird, fucked up thing that makes you see visions and like fucks your mind up a lot, and you basically have to fight. I love that you're pulling up. I'm just
if we talk about a game long enough and I'm able to search it, I'll get the gameplay up.
But it's like this hallucinogen that you're hit with, and you're hearing the eagle's voice in your head a lot of the time until you fuck her shit up and kill her.
I'll add it to my list.
But the way that it's done kind of reminds me of Festival of Blood.
This is a big catch-up year for me, so this might be the time I finally go back to this game's DLC and get the platinum.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, that's cool.
And I fully liberated Tsushima, and I'm halfway towards liberating Iki Island.
Nice, very nice.
So,
very good.
Okay, cool. Let's see. What about you, Ninja?
More Final Fantasy 14. I didn't get Fire Emblem on Friday, so instead I started playing Tactics Ogre Reborn. And then I found this indie game made by the guys that made Blazing Chrome called Vengeful Guardian Moonrider that I beat this morning.
Wow.
It is
how early were you awake to beat this game?
Like 8 o'clock. You know, like it's too early.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
It's like a Super Nintendo era platformer.
Ooh.
This looks cool.
Okay.
It's a lot of fun. There's like a time system, so there's like a speedrunning component. It says it's a Metroidvania. It's not really a Metroidvania. You're not like backtracking to find stuff.
So let me tell you, I was like actually in the mood for a Castlevania like recently, and I went on Steam and searched Metroidvania. There's a lot of shit on Steam that's labeled as Metroidvania that is not one.
It is not. Yeah, not even close. And this is not one either. It's just a Super Nintendo era platformer. It's a lot of fun. As you kill bosses, it's got kind of like a Mega Man component. As you kill bosses, you get their weapon,
their power up.
Yeah,
nice.
And I don't know that it makes a difference when you use them against other bosses. None of the bosses are like particularly really hard. The mini bosses I think are harder. But
really?
It's pretty fun. There's platforming elements. There's like hack and slash elements. There's you get power ups that you can switch on the fly. You can find like hidden items that give you different abilities, like enemies will restore your HP as you kill them, or you die in one hit if you want a challenge, or things like that. So this is one of the many bosses on screen right now. So you like shoot, you hit the boss, and then it shoots the shield, and after it shoots it, I think 3 times, the shield goes down, and you can proceed to the boss room.
Okay.
Nice.
But it only took me like 5 hours to beat, and I think it's like $18. But it was fun.
Not bad.
Not
Fun.
bad.
Well,
So-
nice. It looks really cool.
Yeah, the music's really good. It looks good. The story is nothing to write home about, but the gameplay loop is fun.
Well, nice.
There is a story, which is kind of weird, but
Okay. If you're looking for a game of this ilk, Vengeful Guardian Moonrider. Awesome. Did you play anything else?
nope, that was it.
Okay.
Let's see. Our entire group, in my case, our entire group had a rough time running Mythic Keys this week. Just bad pugs, rough time with explosives, just all of that. But then I also started playing an indie game I got for Christmas called The Night Witch, which it's like think like a shmup basically, but like with the aesthetic and vibe of a 2D platformer. I guess is the only way I can really fucking describe it.
Okay.
It's very hard. For one, it very much lives up to the shmup branding, name, and everything. But it has a very cool art style. Like, it looks gorgeous. It
Wow.
That look kind of fun.
Yeah, the core gameplay is really like just feels good. Like everything has this satisfying oomph to it when you hit. Just like holy shit. It does have a little bit of a Metroidvania element because you do have to backtrack after you get certain powers or cards. Because hey, guess what? It also has a deck building element because it's an indie game in the year 2022. So yeah, no, it's a blast. Like I if you are into shmups, Metroidvanias, or games that are balls to the walls hard,
Here you go, folks.
The
Yeah.
Night Witch. The KNIGHT, The Night Witch.
Yep.
Cool. That looks good.
Yeah, like I put it. So I put it on my wish list because like I saw it's on Switch and PC, and I'm not sure what else, but like because I saw an ad Nintendo ran for it, and I was like, all right, cool. And then I was gonna get it for Switch, but I saw it was on PC, and I put it on my Steam wish list to like kind of keep track of it. And one of my friends got it for me for Christmas.
Nice.
Aww.
So yeah.
Well, cool.
You know.
It looks like a fun game.
Yeah, and the story is also pretty good too. Did a little more Cyberpunk.
Alright.
So that was a thing. Cracked into Elden Ring some more. I finally beat some more bosses.
Nice.
Still haven't beat that motherfucker on the bridge. The conclusion I have come to is because I'm leveled enough and doing enough damage, I just don't have enough gear. Like I'm literally all in beginner gear. I've
Right.
leveled up, like I'm like level 15, but because I don't have any like equipment, I'm just like I'm like my sword is like a fucking doing nothing to the boss. I'm just like, okay, well, here we are.
Yep.
So yeah, so that was that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm trying to think if there's anything else that stands out in my mind as like stuff I played. No, that's about it.
Okay.
That just yeah, Cyberpunk continues to be Cyberpunk. All those games continue to be fun because they're all stuff I've been playing already, except for the Night Witch.
Right.
So
Cool. Okay. I joined with some friends last night to play some Baldur's Gate 2.
I saw you play that on Steam, and I was very fucking confused.
So
I was like, huh?
Some of y'all can confirm that getting a D&D group together is hard.
Yep.
Just a little.
Considering every single week my girlfriend is violently upset because it feels like someone always cancels.
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You are correct. Yes,
The last time I went to someone's house.
I'm not even in a D&D group. I'm just adjacent to one. I remember her friend joked with me. Hey, does Bronson want to play D&D? And I'm just like, and I'm like, and I told him I'll think about it.
Just pick barbarian. Just be.
Yeah, I was gonna say you'd be a barbarian in this case.
Just swing axe. Don't worry. You do not want to be
Fucking rage.
managing spells because you will burn out of this game real quick if you. Because let me tell you, I've come close. I'm just like, okay.
Darling, no.
I need to be simple fighter man. Really, I want to be a monk. I want to try monk. But anyway,
that's what Stella is actually.
Okay. Yeah.
Monks are dope.
Yeah.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
Yeah. But so, and our poor forever DM has written so much and has been excited about stuff, and then it always falls through. It's like, you know what? Here's a video game. We can all meet up on Discord, play this video game. A lot of the hard work is done for us. We're actually like playing something that's D&D-esque and having fun together.
Does this mean you're gonna get Diablo?
No.
Damn it. All right. Well,
it's not. It's not that.
Good effort, Bronson. Good effort.
Yeah.
There's a new Baldur's Gate coming out later this year, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 is early access
right now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you know what I mean. I don't play that early access shit. Okay, so
the Baldur's Gate 2 was like on sale for $6 or something.
Wow,
so
shit. Okay.
My friend like bought it for us, and it was a bit of a slog trying to figure out because it's an old game, you know.
Yes.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really old game, and so we're trying. It was creating characters, and then it was like, okay, I need to go find the PDF for the manual for this game because this was back when you had to read the manual to figure out how a game was played. So we did a lot of that. Not a lot of progress has gone forward with that. It's just an old game. That's all. And so, I mean, I'll report back later if things significantly develop. But right now we're just like, how do you do things? How do we? For a good long time, we could not control our own characters, and we're like, why? Why is this happening? I don't know. So beyond that, I bought some Guilty Gear games and have not dived into them because I'm waiting for my fight stick to get here because I really want to do it with the fight stick because I just think that would be fun.
I mean, you're right.
I
mean,
yeah, which is going to take longer. I have access to all these games. I could start just playing them right now, but I'm waiting. You know, February's going to come and we're going to dive deeper into all of that.
Indeed.
So right now, January, I'm just trying to take the time to just chill out, just get stuff prepared for what this channel is going to be in a few weeks.
Yeah, I've went ahead and re-downloaded a bunch of my fighting game stuff. You know, re-downloaded, got Guilty Gear reinstalled, reinstalled Street Fighter V, and then played it for a little bit. I was like, oh right, fuck this.
Yeah.
So there was that, and then I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I installed the Capcom fighting game collection.
Nice.
Well.
Yeah, you did. You did.
I played Street Fighter 2 and Vampire Survivors. Or sorry, I Live in America, Darkstalkers.
Haha.
Yeah, so yeah. All right, well, cool.
I think that's it for us.
Yeah, I would say so.
Let's plan for this week. We're going to continue to be in hibernation while we work on the changes.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much where we're at, because until a certain piece of equipment is picked up, I can't do a lot with what we're working on, and then we still need to plan what we're working on. So
we've still got a lot of stuff. There's stuff coming. Trust me, we're going to be putting a whole new effort in this year towards a different direction. We hope you're along for the ride because I think it's going to be fun.
We hope you want to party.
Yes, that too.
But yes, I don't know, man. Just it's going to be cool. I have a feeling it's going to be really cool. So just stick around.
Yep, absolutely. Come join our Discord. That's where you're going to get updates more than anywhere else. We're probably going to ramp up our social media usage once we start the new leg of this. So not now necessarily, but go ahead and follow us on all those accounts if you want to be there for when we kick it into this new gear.
When the magic happens.
Yeah. But I think that's a show.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think we had a good, nice, depressing afternoon.
Yeah. It's only up from here.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Play some video games. There's a lot of them.
Play some video games, ignore how bad that is.
Play the good ones. You know?
Exactly.
There's a lot. All right. Lordy. Well, we'll be here on Twitch Sunday, 10:30 a.m. Pacific time for another edition of Super Gamekast 2. And until then, we'll see you around.
Bye. We love you.
Love ya.
Have a wonderful time.